I'm Michelle Bothell, and I'm answering questions about my flipped classroom. The first question is, what about students who don't have computers at home? Well, the last 20 minutes of every day is a study hall time, and during that study hall time, students may work on their homework. Working on their flipped classroom homework would be a really good idea for students who don't have computers at home. Also, our school is going to make available certain times outside of the normal school day where the computer lab will be available for students who need it. Our second question is, how do you know if students have even watched the video? Very good question. Well, our videos are posted on a website called Moodle. It's our online learning environment. In this site, students have to log in to access the videos. After they watch the video, there's a short quiz so that they see if they understand the information. The quiz is only about 2 or 3 questions long. I can use this quiz to see if in fact the students have watched the video. Also, our online learning environment keeps a record of which students have logged in and which videos that they have watched. Finally, students will be taking notes on these videos, and as soon as they come back to class, I will check their notes to make sure that they understand the information and to see if they've done the videos. What if students have a question about the video? Well, in our online learning environment, there is a button called Questions, and anytime a student has a question, they can click that button and type in whatever question that they have. I will be able to see the questions, and so will other classmates. Either I or other classmates can answer that question online, or in class the next day, I can be answering those questions in class for them. Another question I am asked is, what if the students don't do the homework? Well, this is a problem whether students are in a traditional or a flipped classroom. In a traditional classroom, if students don't do the homework, that means they've missed out on practice time. And when they're in class, they'll get new instruction and have to practice that information as well as whatever information that they've missed. However, in a flipped classroom, it's the instruction that they've missed. So we can't go on to the classwork until they've completed the instruction. So those students will have to take the first few minutes of class to watch the instructional videos in class, and then they'll be able to work on their classwork. This means that in essence, those children have created for themselves a traditional classroom where you watch the instruction in class and do a little bit of the classwork, and then the rest of the classwork is for homework. What happens if a student is absent? Well, this is one of the great advantages of the flipped classroom. Students who are absent are no longer missing the instruction. They can still do the homework as always, watching the instructional videos at home. They'll miss some of the classwork time, and so they'll probably have to do that outside of school to catch up. Another question I've been asked is, does this mean that you never teach your class? No. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The only instructional part of my day that's been taken out is that small portion of the lesson where I stand up in front of the class while students take notes. The rest of my teaching is still done in class. This means we still have discussions over the math that we've learned. We still have exploration lessons where students uncover the math as a whole group. And of course, we have a lot more time for one-on-one and small group instruction, which really is the heart of teaching. Does this give the students more homework? This is a concern for some people, especially if a student has more than one teacher flipping the class. But in actuality, it doesn't work out that way. 5th grade students should have about 50 minutes of homework each night, 5 nights a week. In our class, my videos are all under 10 minutes long. Most of them are about 7 minutes. So I expect that it should take about 15 minutes for students to watch the video, pause so they're able to take notes, and take the 3-question quiz. Since we're only doing these videos 3 nights a week, you can see that that gives plenty of time for students to study for the test in our math class, as well as do the homework that they have for the other classes. If you have any other questions about my flipped classroom, please send me an email.